What's happening, YouTube? KEMMO Cup Series here. It was announced on Tuesday, September 12th, 2017, that Danica Patrick will not be returning to Stewart-Haas Racing for the 2018 season. Today, I'm going to bring you my thoughts on this incident, as well as some potential drivers that can take over the 10 car for the 2018 NASCAR Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series season. So let's get right into it. Here are my thoughts. Basically, Danica Patrick, we all knew this day was coming, okay? She hasn't performed. Watching her go up through the, what was at the time, Nationwide Series, I thought she had a little bit of potential, but GoDaddy just rushed her right up to Stewart-Haas Racing in the Cup Series, and she's still not ready, okay? I respect all you Danica fans out there cheering for the only woman to win a Daytona 500 pole in that, but that's the only highlight of her career. She only has one career win in all the forms of motorsport she's been involved in, and that was an IndyCar race at Toronto in 2004, I believe. But we're talking NASCAR here. Danica Patrick isn't necessarily the best of drivers, and I knew this was coming. This is one of her contract years, and I respect Tony Stewart and Gene Haas for making the decision not to re-sign her, because there are a lot of younger drivers out there. So let's look at some of those drivers that can take over the 10 car. As you see, 2018 number 10 driver. Who knows who it's gonna be yet? I have a big idea on who it might be, and we're gonna get to that a little bit later in the video. So we'll start off Matt Kenseth. We know he's not going to be returning to Joe Gibbs to drive the 20 in the 2018 NASCAR season. So, I said this in my Is This the End of Matt Kenseth video. He's a Cup champion, and I think he would fit right in at Stewart-Haas Racing, because you got Kevin Harvick, who is a 2014 champion. Kurt Busch, the champion. And then you got Clint Boyer, who's always running consistent, and then you would have Matt Kenseth, a champion. So I think he would fit right in on the Stewart-Haas team, so it wouldn't necessarily surprise me to see Kenseth go to the 10, although it's pretty unlikely. Casey Babyface Kane, we know he's not returning to Hendrick Motorsports next year in the 5, so maybe he goes to Stewart-Haas Racing for Danica Patrick. That's more a last resort, because he's not the best driver. He takes a Hendrick Motorsports car, which should be running in the top 10, and puts it in the top 25, kind of like Danica Patrick. So I don't think that Stewart-Haas Racing would want to go down the road of hiring another driver who can't perform in a pretty good car. So it's pretty unlikely that Casey Kane will go to the 10, but who knows? Eric Almirola, long shot. Just like Dale Jr. making the playoffs, long shot. Eric Almirola, he's, I don't want to say he's terrible, but he's terrible. Okay, Richard Petty Motorsports, I understand they're an underfunded team in that, but Eric Almirola doesn't perform all that well, and that's why Smithfield left him as a sponsor. And that video will be coming a little bit later on this week, but maybe Eric Almirola goes to the 10. That would be if Richard Petty Motorsports closes shop and lets him go. We'll see how it all develops. I don't know. Crazier things have happened. Carl Edwards retired at 35 years old, so anything can happen. So Eric Almirola going to the 10 car, a little bit of a long shot, but who knows? Cole Scumbag Custer drives the Xfinity Series, the 00 for Stewart-Haas Racing. Maybe Stewart-Haas Racing will want to bring their Xfinity Series rookie right up to Cup. Who knows? It might be a bad decision, kind of like bringing Danica right to Cup, but I know a lot of you have already let me know in the comments that he's not ready, and I completely agree with you, but that's the way NASCAR is. You bring up the young drivers, and to heck with the old people. So Cole Custer to the 10 car, not that much of a long shot. But this next guy, he's going to be the big one. Bubba Wallace. he's a free agent right now. He doesn't drive anything. He drove a couple truck races this season and a couple Xfinity races. I don't know. With Smithfield making the move to Stewart Haas, maybe Bubba Wallace will follow through and take over the 10 car sponsored by Smithfield Foods and drive that car. Bubba Wallace is a really talented driver, so he might bring Stewart Haas Racing back to being a 4-car team. Who knows? I really like Bubba Wallace, and I'd love to see him get a cup ride. So Bubba Wallace to the 10, that news would be amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know who you think is going to be in the 10 below. With that, this has been the KEMMO Cup Series on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at KEMMO Cup Series, and we'll see you guys in the next video.